morning, Your Honor. Stan
morning.
Peacock. I represent Kilo Veloz Gonzalez. JP Ferreira is the prosecutor on this one. Yes,
Okay.
This is my client. You can stand right here, please.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
What can you tell me?
Here's the situation as I understand it, at least as of this morning. I think we have a total of maybe 7 co-defendants total, if that's right. Could drop off.
Something like that.
There's a whole bunch of lawyers. We're trying to coordinate and schedule cooperative depositions. We're probably going to need a conference room to take care of that. I've spoken to Mr. Ferrero this morning, and he recognizes that we'll need a large place. And that's the current status as I know it right now, is that we're trying to coordinate between 7 lawyers.
Some of the depositions have been set for August, so we'd like the September trial, or not trial date, but pre-trial.
Is this the robbery case that has a bunch of people in it? Okay. And what's your name, ma'am?
Kayla.
I just can't find you on the list here. What's your last name?
Gonzalez.
Veloz Gonzalez.
Gonzalez. You understand what the lawyers are saying, ma'am? I see you. They want to set you for another date in September.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's what you want to do too, Stan?
Yes, sir. That's
Okay.
that under the current
Y'all are
circumstances.
going to be able to get the depots taken maybe before then?
Some of them are scheduled in August. I think there's going to be multiple rounds in this case.
Okay. All right, good deal. I don't know that date, so one of our clerks will tell you what it is. And
September
18th. All right, we'll move you to that date, ma'am. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, take care. Yes.
Okay. Go ahead, sit down. Go sit down.
Your Honor, this is Cesar Danielle Cova Espinoza, cases 25-389 CF and 25-1192 CF. He would like to change his plea and enter a no contest plea to an adjudication withheld on amended to trespass, petty theft, resisting without violence, criminal mischief over 1,000, and the state is dismissing the DUI second, the DV bat, and the refusal. He's agreeing to 24 months probation, court costs, fines, and community service. Restitution, total amount of $254.19. Credit for time served, 100 hours of public service, $20 monthly cost of supervision, drug offender probation. Defendant stipulates to the facts in the probable cause affidavit as a prima facie basis for the offense. Department of Motor Vehicles may apply additional penalties. DNA sample, forfeit seized items. Defendant agrees to the imposition of a minimum cost of prosecution. Mental health evaluation and counseling as recommended. No contact at all with the victim or co-defendants. Do you understand that? Yes. And I believe that that takes her case also.
Okay.
Hi, Judge. Yes, I'm counsel of record on 25-389, and this is a global PR.
Okay.
Which is better than what this was an adjudication.
What cost form do we need for him?
C for private. I think just one since they're on one. Is that right?
Sir, if you agree to that plea, if you'll sign that
There's one
plea form.
with case numbers on it.
Yeah, that's time served.
Yes. He doesn't do the double? Okay, so it's, Mr. Meredith said. Yeah, mine were misdemeanors. I like that pen. Let me take that. Yeah, you need to sign this one here.
Under education. God, if you can't remember it now.
All right, would you state your name on the record, please, sir? Sir, would you state your name, please, for me?
Cesar D. Espinoza Cova.
Okay, and you're represented by 2 counsel today, two two esteemed lawyers, right?
Yes,
And
sir.
are you satisfied with the services of Ms. Scott and of Ms. Anderson?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, medications, or alcohol? Have
Not at all.
you been forced, threatened, or coerced to enter a plea?
No, sir.
Has anyone promised you anything other than what's been made part of this plea agreement?
No, sir.
Is there anything at all about you today that would keep you from understanding what's going on?
Not at all.
All right, so on the one case that you're getting the 24 months probation, do you understand if you violate your probation, you could get up to 5 years in prison?
Yes, sir. I'm aware.
Okay. Is there any known evidence or any known DNA that could affect the outcome in this case or that we need to take into consideration? Sir, you're getting time served on the misdemeanors, if I understood. Is that right? So you're going to be adjudicated guilty on the misdemeanors if you get time served, but withheld on the felony. Do you understand that?
Well, I thought he was a withhold across the board, but
Well, you can't get withheld on it if you're getting time served. I mean, if you just want to make it a fine and something to happen after, if he doesn't do it.
Is there any way to do? Because he doesn't have any prior convictions.
Well, sure, we can just make it a fine on those misdemeanors and not give it, not say time served.
Great. So thank you.
right,
Okay.
thank you.
So, sir, that's a little bit different than what I said. So you will not be adjudicated guilty on the misdemeanors. We're just going to give you a fine on those cases.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay? All right, and we'll give you some time to pay that. Let's see if I can figure out the money in here. All right, sir, I'm going to find your pleas freely and voluntarily made with knowledge of the consequences. There's a factual basis based upon the complaints. Withhold adjudication on all counts. As to each misdemeanor, your fine is going to be included in the felony fines. That total fines and cost and fees are $1,253. You're sentenced to 24 months on probation with the Department of Corrections in the felony case. Restitution's assessed in the amount of $254.19. Court costs and fines, we've already said that. $20 of that goes to the Crime Stoppers Fund. You'll perform 100 hours of public service work through the Bay County Work Program or at the direction of your probation officer, at least 8 hours a month. Cost of supervision's $20 a month. This will be drug offender probation that includes random urinalysis at your own expense. You'll have to comply with all drug offender conditions. The DMV may apply additional penalties. They usually don't when there's a withhold of adjudication, but we don't control them, so good luck. Forfeit any seized contraband items, submit to a DNA sample. You'll submit to mental health evaluation and counseling as recommended. Don't have any contact with any victims or co-defendants. Do you have any questions about any of that, sir?
Not at all.
Great. All right, good luck to you. You should be released as soon as they can get you out of there.
Thank you.
All right, report to your probation. How soon do we usually tell them to report to probation?
As soon as he gets out in time, he'll need to report today.
Okay, if you don't get out in time, go tomorrow. Okay, good deal. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
All right, let's talk about that. This hearing had a little bit of everything multi-defendant coordination. A defendant changing his plea mid-process, and a surprising amount of mutual cooperation, which you don't always see on a Monday morning. Docket, it started with an attorney stepping up to represent Kayla Velos Gonzalez, one of what appears to be 7 co-defendants in a complex case. The judge was clearly trying to get a handle on the scheduling chaos, and to his credit, handled it with patience and a little dry humor as he tried to match names to faces on the docket. What stood out was the courtroom logistics nightmares of lawyers. Multiple depositions, August schedules, and now a September 18th pretrial. The judge kept things moving while acknowledging the difficulty of coordinating that many parties. And Kayla herself was calm, respectful, and quick to agree with the plan. It was a short moment, but it spoke volumes about courtroom management and the value of a judge who keeps things on track without turning up the pressure unnecessarily. Then came Mr. Caesar Daniel Cova Espinoza, and that was a much more involved segment. His attorney laid out a global plea that covered 2 cases, included amended charges, dismissed a number of more serious counts, and ultimately led to a negotiated sentence of probation, community service, and fines. The judge meticulously went through every element plea terms: restitution, credit for time served, conditions of probation, and even paused to make sure that time served didn't unintentionally trigger an adjudication. That's where you saw a real team moment: the defense lawyers, the prosecutor, and the judge, all collaborating to make sure the outcome was legally sound and fair. Espinoza himself was composed and polite throughout. When asked if he was under any influence or had been coerced, his responses were immediate and clear. He knew what he was doing and seemed genuinely prepared to move forward. The judge even lightened the mood with a quick joke about a nice pen and acknowledged the attorneys as two esteemed lawyers, which got a smile out of the defendant. It's small touches like that that help humanize the process. The courtroom atmosphere was calm but engaged. No grandstanding, no dramage, careful lawyering, a judge doing his due diligence, and a defendant ready to accept responsibility and move on. And let's not overlook the logistics involved in the sentence: mental health evaluation, DNA sample, forfeiture of contraband, random urinalysis, and reporting to probation either today or tomorrow, depending on release timing. It was thorough, clear, and felt like everyone had a genuine interest in getting it right. So overall, it was a solid day in court. A few moving parts, but the judge kept it steady. The attorneys were sharp, and the defendants handled their business. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one.